sanctuary, which was Qadash or Qadash. And what was the congregation? I.S.U.P.K. That's what I said, I.S.U.P.K. Congregation. Quahal, that's what I use. Quahal, an assembly. Okay? Congregation, meaning what they call church. They say church, but we know that that's some Greek word, you know, derived from some satanic pagan worship that they was doing or what have you, SKYPE in particular. But the assembly is how they called the gathering of the children of Israel, the assembly of the congregation. Okay, so it was Quahal. Let's see if we can find that somewhere right quick in that those scriptures that we breaking down. Congregation, right?
Congregation, come.
Let me go back up to 25, right? It's kind of there, but it ain't. That's a bad example. Let me see if I can find it somewhere else. Sometimes it'll be slight variations. Congregation, I'm going to go down to verse 30. See what I can find here. And therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. Okay. Altar. That's the brazen altar. Ma'wa'id. Ahal. See it is Ahal Ma'wa'id. Ma'wa'id is the tabernacle, right? We went over that. Ahal Ma'wa'id, okay? The tabernacle of the congregation. Let me show you.
Congregation makes it
Go ahead.
Congregation, a word used in Scripture mainly to refer to the Hebrew people in its collective capacity regarded as God's people or as assembling of the people summoned for a definite purpose.
You understand?
Or met on a festival occasion. Sometimes it refers to an assembly of the whole people, sometimes to any part of the people who might be present on a given occasion. Occasionally it conveys the idea of hoarded. Every circumcised Hebrew was a member of the congregation.
Okay, so Quahal right there, you know what I'm saying, assembly. Okay, that's the congregation right there. And then the other one was Ma'wa'id. See that? Ma'wa'id, an assembly, an appointed place. It's like the tabernacle. Technically, the congregation, the place of a meeting, a sick meeting. Okay? So we're saying Ma'wa'id, saying right here, Ma'wa'id wa'al, the tabernacle of the congregation, right there. Okay? That's the tabernacle of the congregation. Ma'wa'id, Ahal Ma'wa'id. Okay? Let's go. Let's check this one out right here too. Tabernacle. You got Ha Mashkan. tabernacle. Ha-Mashkan. Tabernacle is used as well. Okay. Let's see what we got here. There it is. The Sa and the Ka. Then you got the Sa and the Ka and the Ha. But it's if you put all the three of the words together, the Sa, the Ka, and the Na, the Ma is like of. You understand? Mashkan, a residence. The tabernacle. Okay? So that's just another instance right there. I don't know why I'm putting this daggone thing on this TV. I'll be the first one mad. Let's see. Mashkan. Okay, so that's the tabernacle. Okay, so what's next? We went over gold. We went over the altar. Gold is Zahab. Altar is Zabak. Shekel is Shaqual. The holy anointing oil is Shaman. Mashaka, Qadash, right? Because the Mashiach is Mashaka, is what it said. Candlestick is Manara. The apothecary, I don't remember exactly what it was. It's easy. Rakwak. Then you got the vessels. Kalaya. And then you got sweet. It's Sam. The Sa and the Ma, or the Sam Yum. You understand? Plural. Describing something. Then you got the sanctuary. This one's wrong. So it's, what did we say the sanctuary?
Sanctuary was
Ahal Mawa'ai. No, Mashakan.
Khan, yeah.
Was that it?
I think it was Mashakan. Kado wasn't
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, Mashakan. Okay, and then we had incense. That was the first one. Brother blowing it up in here. Quatarath. So these are all the words that you'll see in the reading tomorrow from Exodus 37 chapter in about the 17th verse to Exodus 39 and 3. That's what we'll be running. Those 49 scriptures right there. Then you got the congregation. Okay. Ahal Mawa'ai. There it is. Aha and La Mawa'ai. Okay. So it will be spelled like this. Ahal Mawa'ai. It's the congregation. No sweat.
So it would be like an A between the L and the H.
I can't hear you.
Would it be like an A?
Because they can't hear you.
Oh, so like, would it be like an A between the L and the H? The H and the L, a hall? Or would it?
It's like, hold on. That ain't right. Usually it would just, it would be something like, you could spell it like that. But it's just a transliteration. You pronounce it a hall.
Okay. So
you understand? Most of the time, it just dropped that that first H right there.
Come.
You understand?
So like if you got the two H's, that's like a strong ha, like right, like
a hall.
A hall.
But I wouldn't even say that. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, they don't even write it. You understand? The connector is the better way to understand it or what have you. When you got them doubles, you understand? They usually just don't write them. It just be one H.
Come.
So it ain't no sweat. Okay, so those were the words that we went over. Let's see if there was anything else in there that I left out. Isupk was the apothecary. And then you have, okay, so you got silver, kasap, shekel, shakwal, talent is kakar, zahab is gold. And then you got linen, you'll see the word linen in there. And Ma Shazar. Mashazar. Let's see what we're dealing with. Got the linen. I might have something jammed up a little bit. Ma Shah Zah. Let's see. Anything pop up. Okay. I know what to do. Go back to the scriptures. We're going to find linen in here. It's talking about the curtains. Okay, verse 2 and 39 and 2. Exodus 39 and 2. We got the fine twined linen. Okay. Shazar. Let me see if I can find something that's going to run into Shazar. Shazar. Okay, so it's just bringing up the word twist. So I might be off on that one. Let me see. Let me give you that. Shazar, Mazar. Okay, so that's the fine twine. Kind. Go ahead. What's that? Not water. Please. Okay, so I'm just gonna go back to linen right here. That's twist. So that's the wrong word. It's not linen. Undo that. That's twist or twined. Shazar. Okay. Kanthwa. We go back to linen, and we got a multitude of choices for that. Let me see if I can match it up with one of the scriptures. We're going to go over these colors right here. It says, and of the blue and the purple and the scarlet they made cloths of service to do the service in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron as the Lord commanded Moses. Okay, so we're going to go over the blue, the purple, the scarlet. Okay, let me see if I can find this linen one more time. A good example. thought it was in here, one of the words that we've been going and saying, but it's not used that often. Okay, all the hangings of the court round about were of fine twined linen. That's verse 16. Now let's take a look at what 16 is talking about. Okay, so I see shashah. This is the second time I'm seeing that shashah right there. And so that's telling me that I must go over here and find out another word for shashah besides 6. I know shashah is 6, okay, but it also is used for the word linen in this scripture right here. So it's shashah is 6. Okay. And shesh. I could just say shesh. Bleach stuff, white linen. Okay. Shesh. There's 2 shahs. So that's where the linen is. You'll see that. Okay. And now we're going to go into these colors in Exodus 39 and 2. These colors that you'll see spoken of. Exodus 39 and 2. Let's go to 1. Exodus 39 and 1. And it says, of the blue and purple and scarlet they made cloths of service. Okay, so you got Waman, Thakalath. Thakalath. Thakalath is blue. Thakalath is blue. Okay. Thakalath is blue. Thakalath. Okay. Let's go here. Let's just run down these colors right quick. We went over in times past. Okay. Hebrew colors. Tazabai. Black is Shakawar. White is Laban. Brown is Kawam. Green is Yarak. Yellow is Tazahab, red is Adawam, purple Aragaman, scarlet Thawalai or Shanae, crimson is Karamayal, blue Thakalath. It's the same as violet as well. Orange is Kathawam, brass is Nakashath, bronze is Arad, amber Kashamal, gold is Zahab, silver is Kasak, olive is Zayath, beryl is Darash Yash. Darash Yash. Okay. Speak up. Speak up.
So I can hear you. That's what they get. They try to say that Adam's name was red.
Right, but it means ground as well. You understand?
Come on.
It means ground. Like a red. The earth is like reddish brown or what have you.
Come.
You understand? It's the same thing as ruddy. Okay?
Come.
Okay, so and of the blue and purple and scarlet they made cloths of service. We got Ha-Thakalah, and then you got Wa-Ha-Aragab. It's like it. Wa-Ha, and then the word for purple is Aragaman. So that's blue. Aragaman. That's purple or violet. Okay. Aragaman. Okay. And then you got it says, and of the blue and the purple, you got Waman Ha Takalaf Wa Ha Aragaman. And then you got Wa Thaya La'if. So, and scarlet. The Wa is and then you got La'if. Okay, and that one is scarlet. They got La'ai. Where's scarlet at? La'ai. You understand? La'if. Same difference. Sometimes you'll see Shanae for scarlet as well. Okay, so those are for the cloth of service. Okay, for the nation of Israel. Okay, so it's at the 8:30 mark. We went over the scriptures. Okay, that we're going to be going over tomorrow. From the ending is going to be Exodus 39 and 3 right there. And then they'll probably start in Exodus 37 and about 17 or something like that. I think that's where they start. Okay, so you'll be able to recognize those vocabulary words when he's going over it. Okay, so that's what you got there. Let me let you take a look at it for a second. The ones that I did put up. Let's see if I can find those for you right quick. Then I'm going to go to Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. Let's see. I think they got this spread up too much. All right, I'll let you look at it for a second. Okay. You can ignore one of them. That sanctuary, that one's not right. Okay. Parak. That's the one we forgot to go over. Parak. Let me see if I can find it. Parak is flower. Parak. The pa, the ra, par is fruit. Parak is the flower. Okay?
Come.
See if they got another word for flower right quick. You see the parak right here. The calyx says bloom. They got other words for flower as well. Or blossom. Things dealing with plants. Okay. Let's see. So on let's see, Leviticus the 23rd chapter. Let's go to verse 1 and then let's go over what we'll be going over. The Feast of Weeks, right?
Come.
The closing of the Feast of Weeks. Okay. Okay, so Leviticus 23:10, it says, "Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, when ye be come into the land which I give unto you, and shall reap the harvest thereof, then ye shall bring a sheaf of the first fruits of your harvest unto the priest." Okay? The word first fruits right here is, let me show you where it is. Ra'ashya, Qatazayar come. Ra'ashya is the first, and Qatazar come is the harvest. Then you got Al HaKahan, unto the priest. Okay? So Ra'ashya, Qatazar come. Okay? That's what we're dealing with, right? Let me get the other name for it right quick. Go here. Put out the other names of the high holy days. Okay? It's called something else as well. Bakawar. Or Kab Shabawai. Shabawai is weeks. Okay? Shabawai, it's weeks. Bakawar. Okay, they call it Bakawar as well. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. Where they get the Bakawar. I'm gonna go here. Ba, Ka, Wa, Ba, Ka, Wa. Okay. See, Bakawar right here. Bakawar, the first fruits of the crop. From Bakar, first fruits. Okay. The first fruits of the crops and the fruit that ripened was gathered and offered to the Most High, according to the ritual of Pentecost. Okay. 1b, the bread made of the new grain offered at Pentecost, the first day of the first fruits. First fruits, ripe. Okay. Bakawar. Okay, but in this section it says Ra'ashya, which is the head, Qatazar come, which is the harvest. Let's get the word harvest right quick, so you'll know what we're dealing with. Let me go over this on Monday. Qatazar, to dock off, curtail, to harvest. Okay, so that's what it's saying right there. Let's go on. Okay, and then it says in verse 11, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you on the morrow after the Sabbath. The priest shall wave it. Okay, after the Sabbath, talking about the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay, the priest shall wave the sheaf before the Most High. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf and he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Most High. Okay, so this is at the beginning of the Feast of First Fruits, right?
Uh-huh.
Alright, then you got verse 13. It says, and the meat offering there shall be 2/10 deals of fine flour mingled with oil. Okay, an offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. Meaning that this meat was going to have flour, it's going to be mingled in flour. You understand? You're going to bread it. You understand? Then you're going to cook it in the oil. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the fourth part of an hin. It's going to be like a gallon or so of wine, right? And ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears, until the selfsame day that ye have brought an offering unto your power. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations in all your dwellings. Okay, so you're supposed to offer that lamb without blemish, which is this meat offering, and the drink offering, okay, before you take of any of the harvest, the barley harvest, the wheat harvest, of all the stuff that you make bread out of. Before you go and harvest that bread, you were supposed to come through with some this offering, this lamb, right? Before you went and started making brand new bread out of these first fruits that you didn't pick. You understand? The Lord didn't bless you. You got to come before the Lord and show Him that you're thankful. Besides just coming to eat it all for yourself, right? So verse 15, and ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that you brought the sheaf of the wave offering, 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. So after the opening of the Feast of First Fruits, you got 7 Sabbaths that you got to complete. 7 weeks, right? 7 times 7 is 49 days, right? That's what that is. And then it says, even unto the morrow after the 7th Sabbath shall ye number 50 days. So you add one more day to 49, those 7 Sabbaths, you get 50 days. And ye shall offer a new meat offering unto the Most High. Okay? A new meat offering to the Most High. Ye shall bring out of your habitations 2 wave loaves of 2/10 deals. Okay? They shall be of fine flour. They shall be baken with leaven. They are the first fruits of the Lord. So it's going to be some bread there. And it's got to have leaven in it. You understand? It's the first fruits. It's from the barley harvest and the wheat harvest. Right? And then it says, and ye shall offer with the bread 7 lambs without blemish of the first year, and 1 young bullock. Okay? Go ahead.
So that's for each family?
It's going to tell you. And 2 rams, they shall be for a burnt offering unto the Lord, with their meat offering and their drink offerings. Okay? So you got 2 rams, 1 bullock, 2 rams, 7 lambs, 1 bullock. Okay? They're going to be the meat offering and their drink offerings, even an offering made by fire. Okay? Sweet savor unto the Lord, along with the bread. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering. So you have a goat, and you sacrifice the goat for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. There's these offerings right here, up here, are not sin offerings. Sin offerings, they would usually burn the whole lamb.
They wouldn't be able to eat the sin offering?
No. Okay. Sin offering was to the Lord. You burn the whole thing up on the altar. Okay. Then ye shall sacrifice 1 kid of the goats for a sin offering, and 2 lambs of the first year for a sacrifice of peace offerings. Okay? It says, and the priest shall wave them with the bread of the first fruits. Okay?
New call, state your name and location.
Shalom, Yahweh, Shiri, Yahweh, Shabbat,
How about you?
Call from Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Shalom, how about Shabbat? Okay, so we just ended up the class right now. We just going over Monday, which will be the feast of the closing of the Feast of First Fruits, the Feast of Weeks. Okay, we're just giving you some of the words that's in these scriptures that we're going to be going over when we read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter on Monday. Okay. So, and the priest shall wave them with the bread and the first fruits. So the sin offering of the kid, the goat, and the 2 lambs, he's going to wave that with the bread and the first fruits that got leaven in it. for a wave offering before the Lord, and with the 2 lambs, and they shall be holy for the Lord, for the priests. And that's the, I think, the sacrifice of the peace offerings. Okay, and it says, and ye shall proclaim on the selfsame day that it may be a holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. It shall be a statute forever in all your dwellings throughout your generations. Okay? So, go to verse 20, right? We're going to verse 20. Let me knock this out. And we're going to look up this first fruits. And what does it say, what the Hebrew is for the first fruits? It says, Wahanayap ha-kahan athum al lakam ha-bakawarium. What did I say? It said, what did it say the first time? It said in verse, it said first fruits in verse 10, it said what? It said, Qatazari come. Ra'ash Yath Qatazari come. Which means the first fruits of harvest, of your harvest. Right? But this time it said about first fruits in verse, where am I at?
Verse 20.
Verse 20, it says, Bakar, ha-bakawarium. Ha-bakawarium. What that bakawarium is. Alright? We got the Hebrew High Holy Day names. Bakawar is first fruits. Okay, and they say also Ka, which means feast. Shabawai. Shabawai is weeks. Okay? So Bakawar.
Shabawai, like 7, right?
Yes, Shabawai. That you can always see that root word to tell you what it means. But here in verse 20 it says Ha-bakawarium. You understand? It says Wahanayap. Okay? Ha-kahan, athum, al, lakam. So Hanayap is probably, and wave. Ha-kahan is the priest. Athum, al, lakam with the bread. And then you got ha is the, bakawarium is the first fruits, right? Thanawapa is the wave offering again. So it's just telling you that first fruits is bakawarium right there. We looked it up. So, Bakar, Ba, Ka, Ba, Ka. Come on, man. Let's go back to see if it'll catch it. Bakawar. See that? First fruits of the crop. Bakawar, firstborn or the chief. Okay? It's talking about your crops. You understand? The first of your crops that's then grown and got all of the sun and the water. You understand? You didn't fertilize it. You understand? You didn't took care of it. Kept the insects and the damn animals away from it. You understand? And it's busting with juices and all kinds of stuff. Getting ready to come up off the vine, fresh and delicious. You understand? Give some to the Lord.
No, that's like in the spirit of tithes too, right?
Because the next thing, yeah, you got to pay tithes. Because that's the first thing some Old Testament fool will tell you, or yeah, most of the time they'll come up and say that well, tithes was food. That's the first thing that they gonna say.
Right.
You understand? Tithes of all thy increase. Okay. What do you use to get your increase? You understand it? You misled in your mind. Your increase is only what you building your house out of. You understand? What you making your clothes out of. The white man got you wearing all kinds of stuff that don't come from the earth. Synthetic fibers and all kinds of stuff that he manufacturing out of plastic and chemicals or what have you. You understand? And then you wonder why your body is sick, why you catch the cancer and stuff like that, right? But your clothes are supposed to come from them crops, okay? Your food come from them crops. Your house come from them trees, which is a crop. You understand? You got acres of land. You understand? You got certain kind of trees on that land to produce. You understand? The wood to build your house. Okay? So that is your increase, because that paper you working for from the white man is only buying those things: food, clothing, and shelter. The white man replaced it or what have you with that. So why wouldn't you use tithes? If it be a far way to go, right? It say in the scriptures, I can pull that on tithes. If it be a far way to go, you can turn your tithes into money so that you don't have to take all your sheep. You understand? Take all your wheat and your grain, your barley down to Jerusalem 3 times a year to give to the priests or what have you. You can change it into money. It say it in the damn scriptures. Go ahead.
I believe you mentioned coinage and the weights and the measure.
Yeah.
You mentioned coinage.
Yeah.
It go into it.
Right. So why would it be talking about money and it's talking about the weight of your harvest, which is, you know, your food, your clothes, and your shelter coming from these plants that you are harvesting. Okay. So what the hell is you talking about? If the money and the weights to measure that is based on money. Okay. It was a well-defined system. Don't get it twisted. Okay. Don't you ever come to the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge and think that you ain't supposed to pay your tithes and offerings and priest fund to the men of the Most High. You fooling yourself. Okay. You fooling yourself. You don't want to give the Lord what his just due. Because the white man got us in slavery, you going to act like that money ain't tithes, okay? When all it's doing is buying your food, clothing, and shelter, which comes from the earth. Unless you'd have been duped out of that too. Eating and drinking and putting on any and every damn thing that the white man tell you to do, you understand, is going to get you up out of here. You got to go back. It says what? Search out the old paths, okay? That's what we should be doing, okay? We'll be better off for it, okay? Did you want to read something?
I was looking for the weights.
Okay, no sweat.
The weight.
No sweat. So yeah, that's what I.S.U.P.K is saying about the first fruits, okay? And then also the season, which is next in this breakdown. Go ahead.
Weights. It must be remembered that coinage was not used in Palestine until after the exile. It's probably, Ezra chapter 2 verse 69 is probably the first mention of coin money in the Bible.
They don't know what they're talking about.
During most of the Old Testament times, barter or precious metal weighed out was the means of exchange.
Right. You understand? That was the means of exchange. It's saying it right there. You understand? They was exchanging services and valuables with money. Okay? And so what do? You getting money, you understand, and you think it's valuable, and the society is running off of money, then what the hell are you going to give to the priests and who ain't working, you understand, to barter in this economic system, right? They wasn't out there in no craft or no trade or working the field, you understand, in order to make their living. You understand? So you had to give them the tithes, which is the money, and also you would have to break them off the lambs as well for the sin offerings, the peace offerings, the priest offerings, and all of that stuff. That's how they got fed. It was a well-oiled and organized system. Okay? So don't get it twisted. Okay, go ahead and read that.
Simple balance scales were used, and stones of certain weight, often shekels, were used to determine the weight of silver or gold involved in the transaction.
Okay, the transaction involves silver and gold. You understand, in many cases. And here you also see, and ye shall proclaim on the self-same day that it may be an holy convocation unto you. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Okay, verse 22. I want to skip down. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Okay, you got to even pay tithes to poor people. You understand? You couldn't just take your whole field and gather it up. You couldn't take your whole field and gather it up and put it in your pocket or eat it all up. You had to leave the corners of thy field when thou reapest to the poor, unto the poor. It says, neither shalt thou gather any gleaning of thy harvest, thou shalt leave them unto the poor and to the stranger, the Israelite stranger. I am Yahweh your power. Okay? So that was basically it. We're going to end on time, and we're going to go ahead and say the announcements, and we're going to give you the prayers as well in the Hebrew. Once again, tomorrow we're going to be going over Exodus, the 37th chapter, about 17 down to Exodus 39 and 3, and then on Monday we got the closing of the Feast of First Fruits. We just went over a little portion of that, explaining to you about the seriousness of the nation of Israel and how we dealt with one another in getting something, our increase or what have you. We look to the Most High to give us our increase, and we also thought about the service of His work that needed to be taken care of. And so we got the rules to follow. And I didn't answer your question, but I'll bring it up if there's a service on Monday that's online. I'll try to get it where it shows you about the different people who had to bring certain things. It was different. It was ranked. You understand? Certain princes had to bring them 7 lambs or what have you. It wasn't just every family, because every family might not have 7 lambs to give or what have you. But the princes or the heads of the people were responsible for gathering all of those lambs together and presenting them for the service of the Lord during the closing. You understand? The assembling of the congregation for, which is supposed to be at Jerusalem. You understand? You got the common Passover, which is the Feast of Unleavened Bread as well, together. You had to be there for the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay, and then you had to be there for the Feast of Weeks, right? Which is this closing 50th day, which is on Monday, June the 9th. We're going to start before sundown. Alright, and then you had also all Israel 3 times a year, Feast of Tabernacles. Okay, those are the 3 that we had to be concerned with and roll with. All Israel born male. You understand? Show up.
There will be the Passover, the Feast of Tabernacles.
No, Passover, which is the greater feast, is the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You say Passover, but the majority of it was the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Okay, that whole week, or 7 to 8 days total. Okay, go ahead. Did you want to ask or say something before we closed out?
Area code 504. State your name and location. Area code 504. Area code 504.
no sweat. We're gonna just go ahead and close it down.
This is a war.